Alright, let's lock it in. After they kicked the bitch ass Pahlavis out of the country, they cut off the apartheid ethno state. And that's when it all started, obviously, because they was bleeding the country dry. Or they was helping they was helping the West bleed the country dry. Just like how they bleed the black community dry. And so what happens is they start getting clicked in with the PLO because they was trying to export the low like Islamic revolution everywhere. They didn't give a fuck if he was Shia, Sunni, Sufi, they didn't give a fuck. So what they did was they gave him money, guns, training. They had him send representatives to Tehran to get it all locked in. Because Iran didn't like the US-backed peace process. Because they know it's bullshit. 90% of the West peace processes are bullshit. All the treaties are bullshit. They're always designed to make sure that the white supremacist comes out on top. Because it's usually chaos and order out of chaos, and order out of chaos in these situations is always the same. You're too messed up to control your assets, so while y'all is fighting, these cats is over there stealing y'all shit. That's how it works, every time. Now, this is the main reason they propped up Hamas. But at the same time, Iran, the apartheid ethno state wanted Hamas to win. They didn't really like Arafat. They didn't like dude because he was a nuke. In many ways, he was a nuke. He was like Mandela, a sucker. MLK, a sucker. You know, you try to have peace with a snake, and you know how it's gonna turn out. And that's exactly what happened. They poisoned his ass with polonium, just like the West did with the Ukrainian dictator. Or actually, no, Putin. Putin took out the Ukrainian dictator with polonium, put it on his own guy, and then the West obviously kicked that guy out and put in the neo-Nazis under the racist mulatto, who's also a white supremacist. Yes, mulattoes can be white supremacists. There are a lot of mulattoes who don't like being black. And on a side note, actually, fuck that. I'll talk about that in my other page. Anyway, yeah, Hamas, the apartheid ethno state wanted Hamas in power so that they got an excuse to go in there and massacre whatever they want to, because they get to play the victim. Oh, we get hit by rockets. Oh, they're doing this. Oh, they're doing that. We got to go in there. We got to kill women. We got to kill children. We got to grab these women and make them into sex slaves, because, like I said, the apartheid ethno state does that. I've proven it. No lies. And the thing is, they always talk about Russian propaganda. Like I said, I already know what Putin's done. I already know what Russia's done. Everybody knows how fucked up Russia is. We all know. We all know about the apartment bombing so they could attack the Chechens. We know about all that. We already know he rounds up people. He's a nationalist. We know this. But what y'all don't like to talk about is how he be crunching up them ethno state oligarchs. He be locking their ass up. He be sniping them on the streets. Yeah, you don't want to talk about that, so you'll talk about some BS like, oh, he's secretly allied because he's selling them oil. The apartheid ethno state still deals with Iran through Turkey. So what you talking about? Business is business. But at the same time, if you look at the situation in Syria, let's be real here. It's about that damn pipeline. The apartheid ethno state had a pipeline. Qatar had a pipeline, and they wanted to run it through Syria. Dude said no. So they've been trying to cut off Russia's natural gas to Europe, and they've been trying to cut off all the pipelines that Russia has in Syria ever damn since. So there's that. All right. So let's just cut the crap with the Russian shit. Another thing, the reason why these dudes always bitch about Russian propaganda is because, like I said before, back in the 60s, it was two reasons that the black people got their freedom, if you want to call it that. Number one, they put in the real work after the Dream Boy got taken about the mix with his dumbass bullshit, and JFK, who was the Dream Boy's puppet master, after they took them cats up out the frame, black people started putting in work. They started putting in work and busting heads. That physically happened. That's what happened. That's why they had to call it the National Guard. That's why they was having the shootouts in Detroit, the shootouts in Alabama, the shootouts in Michigan. Not Michigan, New Jersey, and Los Angeles. All of these things actually happened. This ain't hate speech. This ain't inciting terrorism. It's history. It physically happened, and that's when they started writing these fake ass bills. Be like, oh, we're gonna enforce this, lawsuit that, and blah blah blah. That's when that shit started happening. The other reason that people even started paying attention to this on a national level is because the USSR was putting out. It wasn't even propaganda. It was what was actually happening. They would report the people getting shot by cops. They would report the people getting burned up. They would report the business leaders getting killed by the WSO. They would report how they used what the hell is that? Eminent domain to only target black areas so that they can run highways through parts of town, airports through parts of town, rezone an entire black area as like an industrial zone. So if you had a business area, it's light industrial now. You ain't supposed to be here with this business. We got to shut it down. So that they shut it down, and then all the businesses dry up, but they don't build no light industrial. They just let it linger because it's just to choke your businesses out. They'll come in every day. You have a little sandwich shop or whatever. They got ordinances every day. Oh, we got to check this. Oh, we heard this. We heard that. They still do that. They was talking about that on another side where this black dude, his store got ran up in damn near every week, claiming that he's selling drugs and there's no proof of it. Just to get his ass out of here because they want the building. So that's the reason that they're pissed. Like I said, all of this shit is predicated on anti-black racism. That's what it always is. That's what it's all about. I mean, not Syria, but we're going to get into Syria later. But a lot of the stuff that these dudes is bitching about is due to anti-black racism. So what I'm doing is I'm going in on y'all's other little narratives for when y'all try to steal from other people, run up on people. It don't mean that me and them people is allies and we best buddies and all that BS. No. But I know how my enemy thinks and I know what my enemy's going through. So I'm going to call his ass out and cause him frustrations on that plane. That's what it is. That's what it is. And as far as oh, this guy's on here, dude. He's using the ghetto voice because he thinks blacks are no, that's not what it is. So the white supremacist oligarchs have always used nukes to control the black community, along with you ethno-staters. They use you ethno-staters as well to keep tabs on and sabotage the black community. So blacks know to listen for certain types of people. And if you're talking a little too articulate and throwing in a couple brothers and brother and all that shit, they gonna kind of side eye you, be like, you talk kind of weird. It ain't even that you're talking quote unquote proper. It's that you're purposely using the inflection. That's a subtle accent and the type of white people that really don't like niggas. And the type of black people that have this accent don't like black people either. So, since these people ain't really trustworthy, Like people always keep an eye on their ass and don't trust nothing that's coming out their mouth because they know that they'll tell you the truth here, but on the back channel they try to screw you over. Anybody that's had a corporate job knows this. But at the same time, white supremacists use black folks who know how to talk black. So you gotta listen for subtle things. But y'all need to know the shit I'm saying because, like I said, this is a war. And they coming for your ass. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe me or not. If you look at statistics, man, the cops been murdering even more blacks than ever before. It goes up every year. Yeah, they're murdering thousands of people. They're helping to exacerbate the opioid crime wave devastating the white community. And they're helping with the meth situation. So yeah, there's that. But it's about Palestine and Iran. Yeah, so yeah, Iran has been helping the Palestinians. I just told your silly ass how they help them and why they help them. They didn't like Yasser Arafat because Yasser Arafat turned out to be a nuke trying to have peace with his enemy, who was a vile and evil group of people. And they're really just WSOs. Then that's it. They got a different style of WSO, but it all came from England. It's all the same BS. So let's cut the crap. Now, Hamas kind of don't like Iran right now because he's fighting with the jihadists in Syria, who were backed by the West, created by the West and the Saudis, and are giving them air support, guns, and medical support by an apartheid ethno state to the south that we've already talked about. And since y'all know it's the truth, y'all been over here stepping up your name calling and talking about Russian bots. Like I said, ain't no Russiagate. Matter of fact, show me where Russia's been talking about this. Like I said before, y'all couldn't, so y'all started trying to flag stuff. And all that shit's gone because you silly ass fools and deleted it all. So now all you can do is talk smack. And even if you do, I'm going to just make another page and keep talking about it. And I'll throw the old stuff, I'll throw snippets of the old stuff into the new stuff. So they'll still have all the information there. So, I mean, you know you're stuck. You know, and like I told you before, there was a video that old boy deleted. And I told you, you know where I'm at. So, if you want to handle your props, brother, come handle your motherfucking props. You understand? Because you know I'm strapped. So what's up? But anyway, yeah, that's all I got to say. Bitch.